My name is Bryn and I work at the Cotton Patch, and today we're going to be looking at the B68 Airlock machine. It's a great machine from Bernette. It's Coverstitch Coverstitch Overlock combo machine, and it has a lot of great features that I wanted to show you today, specifically its air threading capabilities and how easy it is to switch and convert between the overlock and Coverstitch features. To get started, I'll just kind of show you the basics of what we're looking at here. We're currently in the overlock setup, but it's got a blade here that will be cutting along the edge of the fabric, and that is your classic overlock stitch where you're going to have thread looping along the side, binding the edge that you are sewing. Then we will later convert it over to a cover stitch machine that is giving you the nice hem look on all of your t-shirts and pants and things like that. And this that I'm wearing today is actually a shirt that I made on this machine here. So to start us off, let's start with the scary threading of a serger. Thankfully, with the Bernette air threading system, it is actually very straightforward. So we are going to look at how we thread all four of these threads here. We have it set currently at a very standard 4-thread overlock with integrated safety seam. This is kind of your standard overlock stitch. We have it currently set with all the tension levers right here, color coded with our threading system right here, so we can follow the threading pathway very easily, and it's color coded on your chart that you get with the machine, so it's very simple and straightforward to use. We are going to start off with the yellow pathway here, the threading pathway, so we're going to really quickly follow it along here, and I'm using my little handy dandy tweezers that are in the body of the machine. They live right here, but I'm just going to be using them to help me kind of guide this thread along. And I'm also going to be using our little threading tool here so that I can make this threading process a bit faster. And out the back. Okay, we've got our green thread pathway here. We've got our tension set at 4, which is what we need for this 4-thread overlock. And then we have our 2 looper threads. So we have a lower looper and an upper looper. So to use the air threading component to this machine, we need to move this lever to the side and move these things until you hear the click, and that's the tubes engaging so that the air threading is ready to work for us. So I'm going to just make sure that this pathway is going, and I'm going to feed the end of this thread into this hole here. And again, we're following the same color-coded system that we have. I press the button here, and it shoots out the side here through that upper looper, which is, if you have any experience with a traditional serger, this is a much smoother system for threading your machine. So then we're just doing the same with this lower looper. So with our red thread here, we're going to be feeding it through this red hole. Trim that so it's sharp and can go through pretty easily. Okay, now that we have that here, you can see that it popped out the side here. We're going to take that over and out the back. And there we are. We are all threaded and set up to go for the 4-thread overlock seam. So you can see that it's not going to close right now. That is because we have our threading system still engaged. It's a handy dandy little safety feature that will not allow you to mess it up. We close our machine here, and we put our little cover basket. It'll catch all of our trimmings here. And then we are ready to sew. So I just have some scraps from the shirt that I'm actually wearing today. And you can see how these seams go. So we're ready to sew here. It's a very easy we're just gonna use our thread cutter on the side, and there you can see we have lovely strong seam that is quite stretchy, stretches with the material, and is very straightforward to use. That is the overlock feature of this machine. It is a very straightforward to use and fairly seamless way to use an overlocker. It can also be used on more robust materials such as denim, fleece. It's a really great way to either do garment sewing, or if you are a quilter, you can finish off the edges of your quilt with an overlock component before you put on your binding, and it just flattens up the seams. Okay, from here we're going to be moving over to our cover stitch, and I can show you how we transform this machine from your overlocker to your cover stitch in a very seamless way. So to switch this machine over, there are a few things we need to do. First off, right now, this top is for our overlocker. So we're going to pop this out. It's very simple to do. And we're going to pop in its little cover stitch companion. So this will make it so that we do not need this blade. We're going to lower it. And we're going to get started. So on our little thread cheat sheet here, threading cheat sheet, we have the cover stitch. So right now we are going to do a 3-thread cover stitch narrow. So we're going to change some settings here. So we're going to go just right along here. So we're changing this to 3.5, going 6 on the tension here. We don't need either of these two, and then we are 4 on this purple. We're going to, from here, we are going to change this from, it was at N, we're changing it to the R for the rolled component of it, and then we are doing the stitch length at 3, the dial on the side here, as well as this is at 1, so we don't need to change that at all. Now for cover stitch, this upper looper that wraps the thread around the edge of the fabric, we do not need. So to lower that, we put the upper looper in its lowest setting. We push this component to the side. There we go. It just needed to be at its lowest component. So now when we start going again, you can see that this upper looper is no longer moving. So it's no longer going to be binding off this material and looping around. So now we are just going to really quickly thread this machine and we'll get going. Okay, I'm just clearing out the thread that we used for the overlock stitch, and I am going to be quickly changing over the needles and putting together this cover stitch. Okay, so we have various positions that we can put our needles in, and we'll need to change them around in order to move into the stitch that we want to do. We are going to be putting this guy right over here. You're just going to use your little screwdriver that is inside your machine, and you're going to use your little threading tool to move over. Our little threading tool that we used to help really quickly thread the needles also has a component on the back end that allows you to hold the needle so you don't have to wedge your fingers in here and try and hold everything while also unscrewing. It just allows you to actually see what you're doing a whole lot more. So we are just going to quickly unscrew these screws a little bit and then pop our needle right in there and tighten back up. And then we're going to be good to go for this new needle placement. Just making sure that all of those are secure, and then I can just let go of the needle with our threading tool. So I'm going to be again following the pathway that's color coded for me, and I'm going to use our tweezers to help guide this through and use our threading tool to help quickly thread this. And this time we only have one thread that we are going to need to air thread, but it's as simple as it was the first time round. You just follow, in this case, the purple pathway down here, loop it down and feed it through the hole once we have our air threading engaged. Here, feed through some of the thread into the hole. About a centimeter worth of thread is all really that's needed. And then you press the button and it threads through. And then we disengage our air threading component and we close up the machine. Okay, now that we have the machine threaded, we're going to go ahead and show you how it does a cover stitch. So I can lift up the front of this foot in order to get the material kind of back more. I'm going to lower the entire presser foot and we're going to be ready to go. Okay, we're just going to go to here and I'm going to show you how to secure the stitch. So with an overlock stitch, you want to draw out the thread. Your tweezers have a nice curve to them that can hook the thread very nicely. You pull them to the side and you cut them. Now that we have cut these threads, we can draw this to the side and that will secure the stitches. So that pulled our top threads through to the back, and you can see that they're all secured here. And that gives you a very nice stretchy seam. And that is what all of your cuffs and hems look like. So that's what we just did there. So that is the cover stitch component to this machine. So that is a quick guide to the B68, the Bernette B68 Airlock machine. It is a combo cover stitch and overlocker, and this particular edition, the nice blue trim on it, is a maker edition, and it comes with some additional presser feet, a little vacuum that allows you to get into the nooks and crannies, and some other bits and bobs that are a lot of fun. Hope you can come in soon to the cotton patch.